doesn't understand. This is all your own doings, your own projections and complications, and you are entangled into it. It is as simple as that. And when you see these people who live on other people's money, I call it opium, or parasites. You won't live on other people's money, will you? Any one of you? So they do not even have a simple self-respect. Not only that, but these parasites are thriving. It's so obvious, so very obvious, that we like befooling. The more one is able to befool us, the better we are. I went to Calcutta once for a program, and I had many programs, but one of them was in a very posh place, as they call it, in a hotel. They arranged a program. I said, these hotel people, you see, these rich people, they will not be interested in Sahaja Yoga. They are a bit too rich from all over the world. Overly rich people can never understand this. See, they want somebody who will take money from them and they can show off their money. And we had a program, and there were 2 halls. I told them, take a very small one because I know them too well. And the bigger hall was occupied by another fellow who was with some sort of a show-on stuff. And we were amazed that except for 2 people, most of them who came inside went to his program. And after 8 days he was arrested in Pune for robbing people. But all of them went to his program and not to mine, when it was written not a single pie will be charged and it's all free and all those things. And he looked so dishonest for him. His own photograph, if you could see, that was so dishonest to look at. And people could not see that. I mean, it was so simple to see. See, that shows that you have lost every sensitivity to know what is plastic and what is real. It makes me laugh sometimes the way, today only I was discussing in the aeroplane with somebody who was seriously telling me how much he was tortured by another group where he paid 3,000 pounds just to get some sort of a horrible mantra which has no meaning. And where he worked very hard for days together. And he broke his back and he broke every part of his bone in the backbone area and all sorts of things he did. And I mean, he became so nervous, a recluse. They are even frightened of a garlic if they see one garlic. I mean, after getting realization, you have to be a person who is absolutely powerful, in control of yourself, not aggressive, but not to be such a cowardly reclusus. And he told me all these things and I didn't know what to do, because it was such a description that you don't know whether to laugh or to cry, really. Because this thing behind it is all hocus pocus, absolutely hocus pocus. I think this word must have started after the fake have come in this world. Absolutely absurd it is to say that you will fly or you will see the light and all this nonsense. And on top of that, the suffering of the person, of a person who is a genuine seeker, who is a seeker of the truth. He is the man of God. And he is being tortured like this, you see. Makes you so unhappy. You just don't know what to say about the whole thing that's happening. You have to wake up to your self-esteem and know that you are created human beings for a special thing, and not to be bounced and cheated by these horrible fake people. One has to understand the innate nature of God, to understand what should happen to you as realized souls. If you become abnormal and freaky, then it is not that you have got your realization. On the contrary, a person who is realized becomes extremely normal. He is the most normal person. Apart from these things, there are some reasons built in within us which makes us so stupid. Really built in, I should say, because we have come from matter. We are gross. Our origin has been gross. We came from matter. And we grew up to see that there is something beyond the matter, that is the spirit, and we are the spirit. But we get dominated by this matter. We really get dominated by matter all through in our ventures. For example, if you are sitting in a chair, for example, you make a chair out of some matter, you cannot sit on the ground. You form a habit of matter. Matter starts growing on you. You become such a slave of matter that you cannot get over it. Any matter you start using, for example, you use a car, then you cannot do without a car. You use electricity, which is a material power. If it fails, everything goes out. You cannot do without it. So matter is all the time trying to overpower the spirit. But the beauty is through your evolution, you evolve to a stage where you are a human being and you start seeing the matter cannot dominate your spirit. This should be the self-estimation. There should be understanding that you are the spirit and not the matter. When you see this simple point, then you understand that you cannot purchase God. Then another point also one understands that it is not the way materially you say somebody you should accept. But spiritually, if he does something spiritually to you, then you should accept. For example, seeing the light. They say you see the light. Why? I see the light myself. Yeah. But to see the light, I have to be away from the light. Do you see the point? You have to be the light. So it's a very simple thing if you understand. It's common sense. That if you have to be the light, then you have to be inside the light. Part and parcel of the light. But to see the light, you have to go further. Actually, from this distance, I can't even see. If I have to really see the light, I have to go much further to see this light. All these things that they are talking, I'm telling you, is such a camouflage, and they have been very good at befooling you. It is impossible to convince people who want to be befooled. It's impossible. It is easy to befool them because they are anxious to be befooled. It's all right. But those who want that they should really realize it, they should get it, then the attitude is very different. They would like to go and see what the disciples have got. These people who have paid so much money, there have been people for 15 years, 20 years, go and see them. What have you got? If they say, all right, I'm feeling very much better in health, you look at the face and you will know they are not. Supposing they fail, I feel relaxed. So what? What is so great for feeling relaxed? So-called relaxation. You can feel relaxed even with a dope. Even going to a pub you might feel relaxed. In some company you might feel relaxed. So what? What is so great? Is that something God's work? Just to relax you?
Some people say, I
feel better. This might be ego pampering. But what powers did you get yourself? If you become the spirit, then you have to have powers of the spirit flowing through.